A very good morning to my dear class 9 IT students. But we have started chapter number 5 green skills in the previous class, and we have discussed few important and basic concepts of this chapter, like we have discussed what is economy, then we have discussed what is green economy, then about the green skills, right, and green jobs. So these were the important terms that we have discussed in the previous lecture, and that should be known to you before we move further. So clear your definitions from that lecture and then come forward, right? Okay. So today we will be discussing the concept of environment in session 1. So what is environment? Environment is actually the surroundings around us in which the living and the non-living organisms they reside, right? And basically it includes your physical, chemical and the natural forces. So the organisms, they are living in the physical environment and they are adapted to that physical environment. That is why they are able to survive in that environment. And the living organism, they are continuously interacting with each other. Okay, so how we can define an environment? And our environment is the place, people, thing and the nature that surrounds any living organism. Okay, so environment is the place, people, things and the nature that surrounds any organism. Okay, so we are dependent upon, or all the living organisms, they are dependent upon the environment only for their survival. And the combination of natural and the human phenomena, which may include the surroundings of all entities around any object or individual, is the environment. Okay, so how we can define an ecosystem? Ecosystem can be defined as the combination of the living organisms along with their physical environment. Okay, so wherever the organisms are living, their physical environment together, it forms an ecosystem. And these organisms, they fulfill their needs by interacting with the environment to which they belong. And what are those needs? These needs are food, air, water, etc. And if there is a balance, proper balance in the environment, then the organism will also be healthy. Okay, now let us move to the next session, that is session number 2, and it is the relationship between the society and environment. So in 1866 there was a German scientist, Haeckel, and he introduced a term ecology, and he described that it is the specific, or we can say the scientific study of interaction between the living organism and their environment, because the living organism, they are interacting with the environment, right? So this is known as ecology. Okay, so how we can define the ecology? Ecology is the combination of society, people's belief, cultures, activities and the customs with respect to the environment to fulfill their desires and for their own development. Okay, so now we must know the concept of the natural resources. There are two types of natural resources. First is your renewable resources, another one is your non-renewable resources. So what are renewable resources? We know it very well still, but we must have once we should read the definition. The natural resources that can regenerate themselves after the use, they will be known as natural, or we can say the renewable resources. So examples can be wind, water, solar energy and forests. So next is your non-renewable resources, means these are the natural resources that cannot be recreated once they have been utilized completely. So these types of resources which we cannot recreate are non-renewable resources. So examples are fossil fuels, minerals, etc. Okay, so now we will be studying the general relationship between the society and the physical environment. Okay, So now we will see how the society and the environment, they are affecting each other. So first is the human activities. So human activities, they are totally dependent, otherwise we can say they are deeply dependent on the weather conditions. Okay, in extreme cold and extreme hot weather conditions, the human activity is restricted somewhere. Okay, so moderate temperature is always considered the best condition to evoke a human activity. Next is the culture and the civilization. So culture and the civilization, they are also influencing greatly on the environment, surrounding environment, like the river Ganga and Nile river. There are many rivers that are nurturing that are always been nurturing the civilizations, right? So because of them, the production of the crops has been increased to a greater extent. Okay, so culture and civilization is a very important factor that is affecting, right? Next is the economic prosperity. So in economic prosperity, your geographical conditions of the country, they are playing a very significant role, because if a country is rich in the natural resources, then definitely there will be a lot of raw materials available in that region. So the economic growth of that country will be very good. Okay, so we have read that these activities, like human activities, the culture and the civilization, and the economic prosperity, so these are few important terms that are affecting the society and which are based on the physical environment. Okay, now let us move to the next topic. Now we'll be discussing what are the physical features of the earth that is affecting the society in many ways. So first is the influence of the population. So we can see, if the people, means population, you will find that they are mostly residing in the plain areas. Why so? Because there is ease of everything, means the things are easily available, there is greater scope of employment. So the people, they prefer to live in plains than in the hilly areas. There are few people that are residing in the hilly areas. So we can say there is an uneven distribution of population in the plains, or we can say, or in the hilly areas. Okay, and deserts also, we can say there will be less population in comparison to the plain areas. So we can say the physical factor is affecting the population, right? Next is the influence of the economic life. So here we can say the major industries, they are found in towns, or we can say in the plains, where there is a high density of population. So the availability of the skilled labor is better. So the development of the plain areas, it helps the people to fulfill their basic needs. What are the basic needs? Like food, shelter, cloth, and other basic amenities that are required for a normal survival of a human being. Okay, so in plains they can do agriculture and they can breed the animals. Okay, that can be a source of survival for them. But in hilly areas, if you talk about, there is there is less scope of the industries, and there is there are fewer means of communication, and we can say transport facility is also not very good. It is very difficult to do farming in the hilly areas. So because of all these problems, there is a less quantity of people that are residing in the hilly areas, right? So next point is influence on the transport and communication. So we can see that in plains the roads are very better constructed, and there are railway lines that are also providing the facility of transportation. So we can say the transportation is easy in the plain surface areas. Okay, and the mode of communication is also proper. We can have both wired or wireless digital communication facilities, but in hilly areas we will not be having that much fluency, or means the greater convenience of the transportation and the communication. And similar is the case of desert area also. So next point is like influence on the social life. So in the plains, the employment opportunities are more, so because of that the standard of living is higher in the plains instead of the hilly areas or the desert areas. And in the plains there are greater chances of progress in literature, art, music, and means there is a lot of cultural richness. Okay, and education is also easily available in the plains, so the social organization is overall strengthened up. So the people they are living in the plain areas, they are leading a better social life. Okay, then next comes the influence on the political life also. So in plains the political life is totally better or different, we can say, in comparison to hilly or the desert areas, because the availability of the transport and the communication facilities are there in the plain areas. Because of that the administration is able to function very smoothly. Okay, the police and the army, they can easily approach those areas because of the availability of the communication channels and the transportation. Okay, but if we compare the things like in the case of the mountain regions, or we can say the desert areas, there the government is not able to establish proper concern with the people to maintain the peace and the progress paths in that particular area. So we have read various the physical features on the earth that are somewhere affecting the society in different ways. Okay, so now let us move to the next topic, that is ecosystem. So what is an ecosystem? Ecosystem we can define as the community of living organisms with respect to their physical environment. Okay, so wherever the living organism living, and in concern to that, what are the physical environment, what are the characteristics of the environment that are affecting that particular organism, is together we can call as ecosystem. So it can be, ecosystem can be of different size according to different living organisms. Okay, we have read these concepts in our science chapters also. So in other words, how we can define the ecosystem, it refers to the network of interaction between the living things and their environment. So how the living organisms, they are interacting with their environment, is the base of ecosystem. So ecosystem consists of the living organisms that reciprocally take advantages and benefits from each other. How they will be able to take the benefits and advantages? Because they are communicating, they are interacting with each other, so that is why it is possible. Okay, so what factors that can cause imbalance in the environment? Let me take the definition of ecosystem from here also. Ecosystem can be defined as the community of living organisms with respect to their physical environment. It is just the same. So apart from the air, water and noise, the other types of pollution, what can be like thermal pollution can be there, radioactive pollution can be there, and light pollution can be there. Okay, so these are the different types of pollution. So now here we'll be discussing what are the factors that are causing imbalance. So pollution, we have read different names of types of pollutions here, like air pollution, water pollution, land pollution, noise pollution, thermal pollution, radioactive pollution, and light pollution. Okay, so because of global warming also, the environment, or we can say the ecosystem, is getting disturbed or degraded, right? So next factor that is causing imbalance is deforestation. Deforestation is cutting down of trees. Next factor is degradation of the land and the soil erosion. Okay, next is excessive utilization of the natural resources, because the population is increasing day by day. Because of that, the utilization of the natural resources has been increased to a greater extent, and that too in a improper way, because of which there is an imbalance in the environment because of these things. So now let us discuss these things in detail one by one. So pollution is the main reason behind the imbalance of the ecosystem. How? Because it is affecting badly the health of the human beings. And what type of pollution we have taken into consideration? Like land pollution. So because of this land pollution, the eating material that is available for us is being polluted. How? Because the chemicals that are disposed of by the industries, they are somewhere being absorbed in the land which is growing the crop for us. Okay, the fertilizers that are being used, they are means a good intake of the chemicals, okay, that are making the soil unfertile. Okay, so next is your water pollution. So the wastes of the industries is being mixed into the rivers that are meant for the drinking water. Okay, so water pollution is also caused by the fertilizers that are being used in the farming. Okay, so the waste of the factories, the chemicals of the factories is also somewhere polluting the rivers that are otherwise be helpful to us to provide the water supply for drinking. Okay, next is air pollution. The harmful substances like gases, the biological substances that are entering into the earth's atmosphere because of many sources, like from the industries or from the vehicles, that are making the life of the living creatures difficult. Okay, so global warming, we know that the global warming is creating a very significant imbalance in the ecosystem. So the temperature of the earth is increasing day by day, and it will cause a climatic change or disturbance in the environment. Next is your degradation of the land and the soil erosion. So because of the destruction of the ecosystem, human beings will face lot of problems in the coming future, as the population of the human beings is increasing day by day. So in order to fulfill their requirements, land is being utilized for making roads or for buildings. So that is also creating imbalance in the ecosystem. Deforestation, we all know that cutting down of trees just to make the land available for the commercial and the domestic purposes is also creating an imbalance in the ecosystem. Next point and the last point is excessive utilization of the natural resources. To meet the desires of the population, the natural resources are being used up at a faster speed. So that will ultimately lead to the end up of those natural resources. So we must take care of it, and we must use them wisely so that they may be available for the future generation also. Okay, so these were the important factors that are creating the imbalance in the ecosystem. So we must take care of these points in the mind so that we may also contribute to add a better environment or the life to the coming future generations. Okay, so revise this chapter and make notes of it. Thank you so much.